government schools won't have that. Government schools, the bell rings for school over, and the gates are flung open, and everybody will be doing on your day and be going on your go.
Right, we're back again and we welcome you to yet another episode of School Talk Cafe. Well, we are the hosts. Stop doing this thing, it's distracting me. You started again. As hosts, we would like to introduce ourselves so that we can launch right into the program. I'm Sele and beautiful. Today we'll be looking at a very germane and very key issue in our primary and secondary school system, or in the schools, not even the system now. But then we need a system or a policy in place to ensure that this is addressed. It's safety. Safety in our schools. In one of our episodes, we talked about it and we promised that we're going to come back and do a full episode on safety in schools. And so today, we'll be looking at it deeper. We mentioned it skeletally in that episode, but now this episode is dedicated solely to ensuring safety in our school system. There. Would you like to say a few words of introduction before we now launch into today's episode?
You know, I'm always on the
antagonistic side.
Yes, because
and it's always about government.
And funny enough, I'm not talking about government.
Okay, thank God. Let's go.
Funny, the bone I had to pick is with school owners. As an OAP who had to read news some time ago, it was upsetting to actually read that a 2-year-old girl was taken to school in Lagos State, alive, well. Nothing wrong with her. Beautiful girl who just celebrated her birthday a few days prior to that. And the mother comes back to pick her lifeless body. All in the name of your school having a swimming pool. Can we make it make sense? What is a school for nursery primary school students doing with a swimming pool that a child goes into and drowns?
Okay, hold up. I think we should put things in proper perspective. I don't think there's anything wrong with a school having a swimming pool, whether primary school or secondary school. This is what gives birth to these concerns about safety. The thing is, have your swimming pool, but how safe? Have you considered all the angles? In the first place, a 2-year-old drowning in the pool, how deep was that pool in the first place? Then, what was the what are the what you call it now, measures put in place to protect children from accidentally going there? Because you see, the minute you put those pools there, you should know that children, out of their curiosity, will go there or try to go there. So what barrier or barricades or whatever?
Of that child.
Then do you have a dedicated staff for that pool, from lifeguards to security or whatever? Yes. If you're having a pool, then there must be a lifeguard there. Somebody who is just stationed there to either teach the children to swim, make sure they don't play rough, and then at times children pull each other and playfully end up drowning. Not even pushing, They playfully end up drowning each other. I will be this, and then it happens. So an adult, a lifeguard, not just an adult, a lifeguard, somebody who can jump into that place and do rescue work and even have to, if need be, resuscitate. So you see all those measures.
What now pay me?
Was it in place? Obviously. That's the issue, not about them having the pool or not.
If a school cannot put those measures in place, if a school cannot pay its staff or cannot have we will be saying about managing classrooms and all that, that school has no business having it.
I totally agree. So it's not about the pool.
The report. And we're saying the child was electrocuted. That's even another issue. How did a 2-year-old get to live wire?
That's in fact, you've even just compounded the issue. So there was naked wire on your premises. I don't even want to. For enough for a child to go unnoticed, unhindered, and touch live wire and got electrocuted. Any which way you look at it, a baby died on your premises on your watch.
And this is not the first time I'm hearing issues of children dying in schools due to one hazard or the other.
And sadly enough, it's also not the first time those schools cover up or try to cover up.
What's happening? Where is the human conscience?
It's just a reflection of our value system, where the human life really doesn't
count so much.
It doesn't count. Do you know, in some saner climes, when that kind of thing happens, the people in charge of that school, first things first, they resign. Then they go and face the law. Resign squarely. No, you must resign. You must say, because you've shown that you were not responsible. A life was lost.
You shouldn't.
A life, when schools normally should be about a safe haven.
Yes.
For those children, conducive environment and all of that, and then a life was lost on your watch,
and you justify it.
You shouldn't even be seen talking. Just drop your resignation there first in a publicized press conference, and then open yourself up for investigation, because that's what should happen next. So that we know exactly what happened. We know what measures to put in place so that it doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
And then to serve as a deterrent to whoever is culpable. Whoever is culpable, when you apprehend such person or bring a person to book or to justice, it will serve as a deterrent to every other person watching. That's what should happen. Now, back to the safety issues themselves. Like I was saying in the other episode, fire is one thing that can happen. What is the preparation? Because it's not when the fire happens that you now start running helter-skelter. Because then you've already created another avenue for more deaths.
Yes.
Because then the children are running in different directions. There's stampede. The teachers are shouting, screaming, which is even adding more to the confusion. So what is the process? What's the policy? Is there a fire drill? Have you taught the children that once you hear this bell,
you know everybody, what it stands for?
And you see, even for organizations, offices, companies, and all that, you should have what is called a muster point. Now, once you hear that alarm go off, everybody go through this channel to the muster point, and this is everybody. In fact, you must label it muster point. Let's all gather here. Then, in the case of a fire and there's smoke, there should be an arrow. You know, there's this luminous signage, such that even inside darkness, it lights up. That arrow should be pointing to where they should pass. Those things are not too expensive, so it's just mindfulness of those safety things. You buy them, you paste them that to lead to somewhere just near the school gate, or just somewhere safe away from the building, so that even if it's smoking, the children are seeing that sign is shining, and then they're running in that direction to the muster point. Muster point is where everybody must gather. So it's not like you're looking for one child somewhere.
Schools have that muster point written.
That's the thing.
How people even know what the muster point is?
So we take our children's safety for granted, and the parents are not even demanding. You as a parent, have you even sat down to think, if XYZ happens, how prepared is the school of my child to mitigate or handle this situation? Then let's now even go to the case of miscreants coming around to pick up children.
I think schools have dealt with that.
They've dealt with that,
schools have dealt with that. You know. I think because you can't just come and pick up my child.
No, leave your child generally.
Yes, you can't just come and pick up a child because.
Yeah, because I'm listening now. What have they done?
I think schools have dealt with that. It's when the child is being enrolled in a school. There's forms.
Yeah, when they say who is supposed
coming to pick,
and then I know some schools give tags.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's coming to pick? You? On no account, nobody else knows. So some schools are as bad as if they don't see you, even if unless you a written note or a video call, they're not going to release your child to any other person except
that's
you.
Good.
Yeah. So there are schools like that who have put those kind of things, and those are private schools. Really, government schools don't have that. And that's a problem, really. That's
a problem because those children are children too.
Government schools won't have that. Government schools, the bell rings for school over, and the gates are flung open, and everybody will be doing on your day and be going on your go. And you see that there was a time when in Abuja, a particular school, we heard of kidnappings, simply because there was nobody at the gate.
The children are sitting ducks. Anybody can just pick them up and that's it.
Yes, fights can happen at the school entrance. Anything. Okay. Yeah.
So. Again, I say, let's get creative, let's get innovative. In these government schools, we know that before we can get government to do anything, it will take a while. I'm not saying it's impossible. It will take a while. So, in that while, what can these people do?
What can the parents?
Yes, when I say these people,
schools?
Parents, teachers, the school authorities, the local school authorities.
I what you want to have said that because I can't think of a solution right now for government schools, for parents and teachers.
Let's start with the fire drill.
Okay, fire
drill. Do you need money to do a fire drill? You don't.
No.
Do you need money to teach children to do a fire drill? No. It's just
be able to do that.
It's just talking to them on the assembly ground and saying, when you hear this whistle, you don't even need an alarm. Teachers should have designated teachers should have whistles. Okay? So most times it's just one PE teacher in the school. So you need to have like 3 other teachers in different arms. You know, maybe this is from 1 and from 2 block.
Sections.
Or sorry, JS.
Yes.
I did in different sections of the school. So don't go there, please. Thank you. So JS don't go there. So JS 1 and 2 block, JS 3, SS, you know. So strategic places. So teachers in those places say, okay, you handle the whistle for this block. You handle the whistle, such that when something goes wrong,
test them.
You know, at times you just do a drill. Children like it. It's exciting for them, you know, and that's what the drill is about.
Yeah.
Don't announce it, don't tell anybody, just call the key teachers. You've already told the children, once you hear the whistle, move to this, maybe like the school field.
Yes.
Stay on the field, it's open and everything, and you can see people coming in, and then people don't get bumping into each other. So, you know, so this spot on the school field, everybody must run out. Whatever you are doing, or file out in a particular order, or make sure that you are touching one person's shoulder, you know, and then, you know, whatever. Arrange it in such a way that nobody jumps on it, and then you time it. How quickly could we get these children out
onto the field?
You don't need money for that. It's just you being conscious of the fact that these children need to be safe.
That's true. Fire drill.
Yes, fire drill. Then as you are doing your senior prefect, your social prefect, have a facilities prefect. Yes. You don't need money for that.
Facility prefect.
A facility prefect. Oh, there's a deep gash somewhere on the pavement in JS3 block. People can trip and fall. Sir, I noticed so. The facility prefect, he moves around, he's inspecting and checking.
That's a future facility manager.
I'm telling you. See, do you know that if you put that in your CV at some point and say, in my secondary school, I was facility prefect.
Yes.
You are training that child in something. I'm telling you. So So these are things we can do in our public schools before we even get government involved. You understand?
Yeah.
We don't need money for that.
One thing I like about the government schools really is the fact that they have a big front gate and a big back gate. There's not just one.
But do you know that can also be a challenge?
Yes, I know. But you see,
because I'm going to the issue of kidnapping now.
Hey, you have to get through now.
No, but that's the thing. You shouldn't run out of the gate. That's the thing with a fire drill. They should go to a muster point. So if you run out of the gate, you are causing more problems. That's the essence of training them for a fire drill. They should just hire one safety or read it up. I'm telling you, running out of the gate is a problem.
So don't run out of the gate.
So don't run out, please. The children should not run out.
Of the gate. Look for
They should there should be a designated muster point with a signage there, so everybody knows that this is a muster point.
Okay, for schools, 1 gate or 2 gates?
For schools?
Yes.
I like a 1 gate school. Yes. I like a 1 gate school.
It's only 1 entrance into that school.
Yes.
If there is any problem, it's only 1 entrance into that school.
Do you know what? If there's 2 entrances or 4 entrances, when there's problem, if you do not channel those children properly, you see that's just the beginning of the problem. Okay, when children can run out of the gate unchecked, unfettered, unhindered, and run right into the main road, into an oncoming vehicle, what do you think will happen?
And I'm just looking at schools as you said that now.
They're bang on the road, especially the government schools.
Into my head.
So what are we talking about? It's not about the gates, it's about control. So you must understand that.
So who is going to be responsible for control?
That is why we say
schools?
Have those drills. You're still not hearing me.
What's about fire now?
It's not only fire. Emergency drills there. If you need to exit the school for anything, move this way, move like this, do like this. That's why I said touch the person in front of you shoulder, do a single file, touch the person's shoulder, and all of you match. Even if you have to chant something, make it fun for them. So they hold it and they just chant it till they all go out to the muster point. So you can say, then you say, okay, line up according to your class, do roll call, so you know whether there's a child still in the building or not. So these are things you need to do, not run out of the gate.
That's why you cannot have something in a class.
Not run out of the gate. It's not about running out of the gate. You see, parent now, it's what we're talking about. It's not about the number. No, let's be more practical and about these things. Now, kidnapping in a public school, just like you mentioned, you open the gates once the closing bell rings, and it's free for all.
Free for all.
Do you want to? Do you think it would be a bad idea if you teach these children what is assembly for? Assembly is for disseminating this kind of information. If you see a stranger, shout stranger. If you see somebody you don't know taking somebody so teach them to be their brother's keeper, since they have nobody. You understand? Some of the schools have security people. Some of these government schools, they have security people. So put it on them. It's a mandate. Then the students themselves, be your brother's keeper. You see somebody that you don't know, they say, stranger, let the stranger now explain who he is. When they see the enabling thing for a kidnapper, and I'm talking about lone kidnappings now, not the one where you see 5 truckloads of like those ones that they did for those girls that they are doing. No, not those ones. Those ones are extreme cases. I'm talking about guys who just prey on innocent children. They stay in one corner and they just anonymously, quietly, unnoticeably pick up a child and disappear. If you see a street, and then always tell children, because these children go home on their own most of the time. There's no daddy or mommy to drive to the entrance and pick them. So we must be innovative about these things. You cannot wait for government. See, people will just go for nothing.
People waiting for government on this matter.
Exactly, it's safety we're talking about. Please. Now, you must teach them, number one, go home in 2s and 3s.
In droves, if possible.
In fact, in droves, if possible, yes. Don't go home alone. Go with people who where do you stay? All you will say, raise up your hand.
Yeah, go together.
So when you must all go home together. If this person is me, I will call any of you and you will be punished. You know, so teach them to look out for one another, because that is what might save their life.
Yeah, move in packs, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. There's safety in numbers.
Yes.
You understand? So let them move like that. Then when you see a strange man or woman talking to one person, everybody should just shout, stranger, stranger. So when you children like those kind of things, stranger, and then let an adult or the security man come and say, okay, everybody calm down, madam, who are you looking for? When you know that that's what will happen, you won't come. You will be careful. You must have a genuine mission before you go to a place like that and talk to any child.
Yeah.
Or when somebody says stranger, I say, no, it's my uncle. It's my auntie.
Yeah, the child
must. Yes, and then everybody calms down. And even at that point, security man is coming near to say, sir, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? What's happening? Who are you? Explain, describe. Yes, so explain, describe. With the aid of diagram, if possible. You know, that was on a lighter note. But seriously, those are simple things that we can do without spending money. So it's not about government all the time.
But wait a minute. I won't let the government off totally. No, I'm
okay.
Because Nigeria we are creative in crafting policies. I keep saying this.
No, we have fantastic policies.
Policies.
In fact, sorry, I wrote some things down. Let me read them. Okay, this is about safety now. Okay, so you have the National Policy on Safety, Security and Violence-Free Schools. That is the NPSSVFS. Seriously, that actually exists.
It does though.
Okay, then you have the minimum standards for safe schools, which is to address infrastructure, safety and emergency procedures in schools. That's a government initiative too. As we're speaking, it's actually in existence. Then you also have the Safe Schools Declaration. This was done
around 2018, I think.
Yes, and then and 2023.
Please, if you have heard of these policies before, please let us know.
That's the Safe Schools Declaration. So now you can see that somebody somewhere or some people somewhere in government sat down,
beautifully
thought these things out, crafted it very well, and put it in place. I didn't go to any government place. I just researched it and I got these things. So they are there. But like I keep saying, implementation. We need to find how to implement these things, because they are there. It's already a legal document backed by government power. So how do we implement these things? Please, I need people to comment. Please comment. Share with us. We need to. Yes. How do we form groups? Do we form pressure groups? What do we do? Because these things are there. Most people don't know that this thing exists.
Didn't we just find out ourselves?
Yes, we just found out. Seriously, we just found out.
Yeah.
So it's not about government policy. That's why you won't hear me say there needs to be government policy. You'll be shocked
there needs to be a government implementation.
Yes, you'll be shocked that since 1806 there have been policies and they've been revising those policies and fine-tuning it. You know, now you sabi. Anyway, so
I think we've dealt with it.
Yes, there's a lot more. Yeah, see, like I say, on every episode, on every topic that we raise, there is no hard and fast rule about these things, and it's not an exhaustible list of solutions or ideas or share experience. I need to have your experience along these lines, you know, and all the other things that we talk about. Give us your experience. We need to learn from you. We need to help other people learn also from these experiences. And then ideas, because see, when we contribute ideas from left and right, and we start becoming more conscious, then we start becoming more demanding of a better school system or an educational system, and then we start to insist, because we can now not see it happening any other way in our minds than this way. And so that's why we're here on School Talk, bringing you this every single episode. So please, as we always say, like, because share. Comment. Comment.
Help our life.
Help our life. Help your life too. Till we come your way same time next week. It's bye from Sele and
From Aliayo.
from